Mister, take your bitch, take her for a trip. Fly her to New York, sign my name all on the tickets.
Wait. Is this valid?
So, what does it mean by performance of the legal duty will not amount to a valid consideration? It is where a promisee owes the promiser duty and eventually it is not considered as a consideration because the promiser already performing the duty and it's binding with the law.
Moreover, if the promisee does nothing more than they are obliged to do, they are suffering no harm and the promisor is only getting a benefit.
In addition, where a person who are merely carrying out duties they are legally obliged to perform it, such as police officers who are protecting their citizens, so doing that alone will not be a consideration.
So, have you ever wondered why performance of existing duty does not amount to a valid consideration? This is because it does not involve any exchange in value between parties. Because consideration is a legal term that emphasizes on given and receive something in exchange of value. It is a way to ensure that both parties gain the benefit of the value of something that they promise with each other. If one party simply performs what they are obliged to do by law or by previous contract, they are not giving anything in exchange to the promisee. Therefore, there is no considerations will amount to the contract.
In addition, another reason why performance of existing duty cannot considered as a valid contract because there is no reflect of the true intention and it does not have a consent of the two parties. Also, consideration is a way showing that two parties have a genuine agreement and does not coerce and deceive into the making a contract. So, let's say if one party promise to do something, so they are already bound to make it. Sometimes it may raise doubts whether they really meant to make it a contract or not. It may also suggest that they were under pressure or influenced by other parties. So that impacts can make it into the void contract.
Lastly, it is not considered as a valid consideration because it does not promote any fairness and justice in contractual relations. So, consideration is a way of ensuring that both parties have a reciprocal obligation and a mutual exchange in a contract. So, if one party already promises to do something that they are already bound to do, they are not giving anything extra to them.
So, have you guys ever wondered how does it actually perform? So, we can see here a policeman which already guaranteed this man's safety. Let's say his name is Abu. So, the policeman have guaranteed Abu's safety. Abu have agreed to give the policeman $1 in exchange. However, there are no consideration because it is the policeman's duty to keep everyone safe. So, we can see that there is nothing exchange in a value between both parties.
Hi girlfriend, do I see here?
Yes, I have a seat. Okay. Collins, can you be my witness? Because recently I had a case in court. You know about it, so you can help me gather the evidence. Can you?
I'm not sure. Let me think about it first.
If you help me, I will give you $1 per a day as a reward.
That sounds interesting. If that's so, I would like to be your witness.
For 6 days, Collins attended the court as a witness for gold fraud cases. But however, Collins does not give any witnesses statement in the court.
So, girlfriend, as you promised, where is my payment for the 6 days I attended the court?
As you know, it's your duty as my witness, so I'm not giving you any payment.
Wait, what? But you have already promised to me.
So, Collins was unsatisfied with Godfrey's act and eventually he decided to bring this case to the court and redeem Godfrey's payment.
This can't be. See you in the court, Godfrey. Already offered me the promise.
So, in the court, Collins accused Godfrey for breaching their contract. The agreement between defendant and the plaintiff does not support it with the consideration. This is because it is subpoenaed to the plaintiff in order to attend the court as a witnesses for the case, which means that this is also a public duty for the plaintiff. In this case, the High Court ruled in the favor of Godfrey. However, there are a few exceptions of this rule of considerations. To relate, the case of Glassbrook Bros Ltd v. Glamorgan County Councils in 1925.
So the case started when a colliery manager's employees were going on strike. The manager applied for the police protection for the duration of the strike. He argued that he needed the police to send officers to remain in the colliery. The police superintendent thought that a mobile force was adequate. He therefore refused to send standing officers unless the manager paid. This was common practice at the time, and there were some statutory regulations relating to the practice.
There was later a dispute as to whether the arrangement between the manager and the superintendent was a binding contract, and particularly, the parties dispute whether the police had provided consideration. The manager argued that the police provide no consideration because they were already under a duty to provide officers. He also argued that any agreement would be void for public policy reasons.
The House of Lords argued that the agreement was a binding contract. The police were only duty-bound to provide sufficient protection to life and property. They could provide consideration by going above and beyond this duty. In this case, the superintendent had gone beyond his duty by offering a service which he reasonably did not think necessary to sufficiently protect the colliery. He therefore provided good consideration. Enforcing this contract was not against public policy.
To conclude, this case shows that a person cannot rely on an existing public duty as consideration. However, if they go beyond the scope of that duty, this counts as a good consideration.
Now, we are nearly at the end of our video, but before that, we are going to give the importance of performing existing duty will not amount of the valid consideration. So, the first one is preventing coercion and duress. If the performance of an existing duty will amount to a valid consideration, it will lead to coercion and duress. Parties could attempt to force each other to fulfill their pre-existing obligations under the threat of not performing them, and eventually will lead to holding each other hostage for additional consideration.
Moreover, the concept ensures that contracts are based on the genuine exchange of the value. For a contract to be valid, there must be a mutual exchange of something of value between the two parties. If one party is merely doing what they were already obligated to do it, so there is no new consideration and the contract lacks the necessary elements of a fair exchange.
Thirdly, encouraging fair negotiation. The principle encourages parties to engage in fair negotiations and bargaining. It discourages opportunistic behavior where a party seeks to extract more from a contract without offering anything of value in return.
So, next, the importance of this rule is that for the clarity and certainty in contractual relations. How? By establishing clear rules regarding consideration, the legal system provides clarity and certainty in contractual relations. Parties can have the confidence that a contract based on the pre-existing duties is likely to be unenforceable, promoting predictability in contractual arrangements.
In addition, the principle contributes to the consistency of the contract law across different cases and jurisdictions. It helps in maintaining a standard approach to determining the validity of the consideration. ensuring that similar situations are treated similarly. Remember to ensure that similar situations are treated similarly.
So, lastly, the importance of performance an existing duty can encourage proper modification of contract. This is because if parties want to modify an existing contract, they are encouraged to do so through proper channels such as mutual agreement and consideration. This prevents parties from attempting to modify contracts unilaterally by relying on their pre-existing duties.
So, this marked the end of